talking about an age-old college tradition, fraternities and sororities.
I didn't really have to prove myself to anyone. I am who I am, and I know that. And I don't really have to go through this process of pledging and hazing just to know that.
Yeah, why do you have to go to a group or an organization to define yourself? You should already have defined yourself.
Fraternity is a group.
No, I was defined. I knew my personality. I knew exactly who I was. And I found these women and say, hey, I like what you guys do. I like what you guys empower me to do.
Yes, I'll go through all this. Yes, I'll be humiliated. Yes, I'll go through the hazing. Yes, I'll go through this initiation process.
But we are not defined by our organization. We define the organization.
Give your members a bad rap if they don't show up for an important party.
Well, there should be an obligation in terms of supporting events, right? But in terms of participating, be it drinking, be it whatever you do, that's up to the individual for themselves.
But everyone has personal accountability. We have decisions to make too. If I need to study for a class or study for a midterm, I'll do that rather than go to that party.
But it's a normal process to go through this in college. You know, you're finding yourself. You know, I myself am not a drinker. But to be part of an organization that expects you to drink, that expects you to do all these things, that's not what college should be about.
Well, I heard many different ways of hazing. There's ones that are silly as like where you have to eat a tub of ice cream with your bare hands. I mean, you know, that's pretty silly.
Certain traditions need to be upheld, but we enforce them to like learn how to teach community events, be part of the community, part of their Filipino club. To do conferences regarding Filipino issues.
Social educational.
Yeah, more educational part.
Nobody drinking water.
Nobody gets physically hurt.
Why is the mission statement for your fraternity the same as the Filipino organization? Why not take this resources and talent of all your brothers and put them into organizations?
But they are in the organization.
Yeah, but why being part of two organizations? What's
why not? Why not? Why not show more power in numbers?
It seems kind of contradictory. See, your mission statement is Filipino awareness. We're here to make everyone aware of Filipino culture, but yet you're excluding other people from joining your organization. So how can you be so outspread but yet so exclusive?
Hazing is against the law. And if there are fraternities and sororities out there that do haze, well, you know, there are things that you have to look in your mission statement and what you do. But no, we don't. There are things that you have to do to upstill tradition.
Why do it? Just because it's tradition? Because we've always done it? Just because you've always done it doesn't mean it should be done.
But people join the fraternity knowing that they're going to have to go through that. So why will you complain about hazing if you know that you're going to have to go through hazing anyway? So it's a conscious decision that you make.
I had to dress up in a monkey suit, dance in front of other sororities and fraternities, embarrass myself, get yelled at, get pushed by my actives. I know other fraternities have all-day football games, one in which a pledge died.
You won't understand until you're in the sorority why you had to go through all of that.
It's not fair to apply that to every organization.
You can't say what you did because you're for it.
Well, then you don't deserve to be in a fraternity.
Deserve?
You can't be.
I know what I want, and I did not want that sisterhood.
It was not sisterhood to me. There was class
barriers. Why would you?
We don't want you.
Wait, is that a mantra?
Why would you consider physically injuring yourself worth it? How can you explain that best?
Proving myself that I'm committed to what the fraternity believes in.
But can't you just have a conversation and say,
I believe.
Prove yourself to yourself.
Well, I
don't
prove
myself to a group.
That's why I prove myself because I'm.
No. Don't rely on a group to say you're good enough. You're good enough the way you are.
I am good enough.
Yeah. That's right. You're good enough. No. You're good enough.
No.
You don't have to be with anybody.
No, I have to be a member of them because I believe in what they believe and for able.
So you believe in physically abusing people?
Yes. And up to this point, I will not allow any neophytes who are trying to be a member to not undergo what I undergo, because that's a tradition that you cannot take it off. And that's what differentiates. That's what differentiates fraternity and a club, a CC club.
Yeah.
Let's
have fraternities.
That's what fraternity is. And if you're smart to know what fraternity is, if you're not with it, then don't join. We don't recruit, and we don't want you.
You don't recruit? Okay. What's Rush Week about that?
No, we don't want you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Ted.
I can influence my community, but with my brotherhood, I can change the world.
I consider myself pretty successful. I went to college, I got my MBA, and I'm a successful career, and I didn't have to do that without any fraternity. I didn't have to submit myself to all that humiliation.
Being part of a sorority is you can only get those experiences in the collegiate life that teaches you real world. It's not things that you can learn in the classroom. Things that you learn in a sorority, it teaches you how to sell yourself, it teaches you what is it that you need out of life, and gives you a passion for something. And that's just something that you can carry on for the rest of your life. So take more out of it than your collegiate life.
I like Ryan. I got my MBA too, and I did it all without having the sorority life. And I mean, I think I did it faster because I wasn't in it and I didn't do all the socializing.
Being part of Chi Rho Omicron is the realization that the unit is stronger than the individual, but that the individual achievements enhance the whole brotherhood. So that's the bottom line, that we support one another and we develop our identities based on our association.
Fraternities and sororities are an unnecessary evil in our world. And I think it's tradition for the sake of tradition. And what we need to do is really realize that there are other organizations for our talents and our abilities to use for that.
Be heard, stand up, and speak out.